How do we get into the puppets? Well, I usually use my hand. Am I in the frame?
Yeah.
Yes. Are you sure?
Yeah.
And growing up, we had down in our basement, we had a bar set up, you know, and I would go behind the bar. It was a perfect place to do some puppet shows because you could stand behind the bar. Because I was only 4 feet tall at the time, if that, and the bar was pretty high, so you could stand up behind the bar and articulate pretty well, and you could hide behind there, and there was a stereo back there with a record player, so you could play music to what you were doing with the puppets and whatnot. And I remember even designing sets. It was pretty creative at the time, you know. I mean, we didn't have computers and the internet, so you had to just go with crayons and paper. But I did that for a while. I did that. That was one of the big things I did growing up. I didn't make a conscious decision to kind of look back and get back into the puppet thing. It was really my kids. They like picking the facial features. That's something that they can kind of wrap their head around and play around with. They like to pull out different eyes and say, well, try these eyes. Okay, we'll try those on. And you know, they kind of have the final word on it. Like, I'll put the features on and I'll kind of be like, well, how's this look? And sometimes they say it's really cute and they like it, and other times it's scary and they hate it. So, you know, go back to the drawing board and redo some facial features. But they're fun. I ended up doing some research and looking up stuff online and spent a lot of time. You know, probably spent about a good month, because it was harder than I thought it would be to actually just find how to make them. And found a couple of books, found a couple of videos. Some people had some stuff on YouTube. And it took me a while to sort of put together all the pieces, but then I felt confident enough that I could maybe put something together. So another learning experience was trying to figure out where to get stuff. And there's no real like puppet store online that kind of has all the stuff. I mean, the great thing about making puppets is you can really just make them out of anything, really. You make them out of foam, you can make them out of paper bags. You know, the little folding paper bag thing when you're little, everyone did that at some point. But to kind of do so that more professional, polished look, you know, there's kind of certain materials I had to get. So one of the things I make them out of is foam underlying the fabric and whatnot. There's a foam, skeleton. So I had to go online and find a place where you could bulk order a lot of foam, and it wasn't going to cost you an arm and a leg and then some. You know, everything has to be structurally sound. You can't have the puppet falling apart on you, so I kind of handled that. But when it comes to the features, everyone kind of in the family sort of gets involved to be like, well, what do you think of this? Let's try this. And even now when they go to the craft store, if they see something, they'll be like, hey, that thing, whatever that thing could be, that could be neat hair for a puppet or something like that. So everyone participates a little bit, you know. Don't get too close. Don't get too close.
You just pretend like the camera is still where it was.
Where is it? I can't see it.
It's right here.
But
you can just in the middle.
Hey! I want to tell you a secret. There's someone